Well, good morning and welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. You can see behind me that I'm not in my normal videoing position that you see every week on this channel. We are actually here at Pinehurst Resorts, and behind me is the Cradle, the short course that has become quite world famous behind me. Yesterday we got to play it in the rain, and today we're going to start on our journey about playing 3 of the top courses in the world, number 10, number 2, and number 4 here at Pinehurst Resorts. All right, all of you that are interested in MPG travel, behind me is the Pinehurst Clubhouse, and I am standing on the croquet courts for all of the different croquet events that they have out here. And to my left over here is the driving range, the phenomenal putting green that is just huge. We'll be out there this afternoon putting a bit, and then the Cradle over here to my left as well. At the US Open, they had the Cradle as the driving range, and they're redoing a lot of different things up on the top shelf. So I hope that you'll want to come to Pinehurst with me in the near future. I'll be telling you all about it as the rest of the week continues. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. Well, all you golf travelers out there, we just concluded Pinehurst number 10. It's a Tom Doak design, and behind me is the 3rd green, and it just absolutely wraps around this property. It is massive. It has got a similar feel to a stream song, but it's so quiet. You're out in the middle of what feels like nowhere, and they're building these clubhouses now, and the exits and entrances, and the absolute way the staff treated us was amazing. As you go through, you see a lot of undulation changes. You see a lot of beautiful rolling hills. And the green complexes are incredible. They're very undulating, and you've got to really make sure you know which side of the pin to land on. And so I would 100% encourage you, if you come out to play Pinehurst number 10, is get a caddy, because they have a good knowledge of which side of the pin they need to be on to make sure that you have a decent uphill birdie putt, because you do not want to be above the hole on Pinehurst number 10. This is going to be a great video. It's going to have a lot of interesting feedback from number 2 and number 4, which are upcoming in this trip. And I hope you all really enjoy seeing some of these scenes that you're seeing behind me and come out and play with My Pro Golfer Travel. Well, as you may recognize, behind me is not Pinehurst number 2 or number 4. We had a very difficult time being able to get video content for you from those locations because of how busy it was at the times that I could film. And so I just apologize to you for that, but know that it was a great experience. I've got a really cool video on my YouTube Shorts of us making a putt on that last hole at Pinehurst number 2. And what I learned from that in this travel portion is, if you have interest in traveling with me and going to amazing places that you saw in some of those videos earlier, I'd love to take you there. We go to 4 places a year, and we take different groups of people around the country and in the world playing amazing golf. And one of the things that I learned from my Pinehurst time was there's a particular putt from off the green that you have to know how to do from Pinehurst. So instead of showing you number 2 and number 4, I'm going to take you through a putt and how to work on that putt to get yourself on the green with the best chance to 2-putt from off the green as I can get. All right, so if you're fans of the channel, you know that I try to take you through a lot of different golf aspects. And in this travel trip that we did to Pinehurst number 2, we realized why it's so important for tour players to get to a major tournament a week before. And the reason why we've got to do that is because every course is super different, and they've got all these different challenges that they bring to the table to make the championship lifestyle complicated. And so one of the reasons I shot 92 at Pinehurst number 2 was for shots like this that I just have never practiced. Because even here, and you can see how I walked down the slope, this is the closest thing that I could find to the sort of the average green at Pinehurst number 2. The difference being that in Florida, this edge is not shaved off. And in Pinehurst it is. You'll see the sand bottle there. It's representing where most of the greens were when we played. So it was a Saturday, it was a busy day. They had a tournament in front of us, so it made it difficult. But the difference was if you didn't land on that pin or right of that pin, meaning that sand bottle is now the pin, and you were about 5 or 6 feet off, it wouldn't stay there. It would roll down to here. And so what we want to start doing, depending on the level of player that you are, is learn how to practice. So I would recommend almost absolutely just tell you to putt as much as possible, because everything is pretty firm. I would say it was shockingly thicker around the greens that particular day. I think they didn't cut it that particular Saturday because it wasn't like US Open conditions, which would have made it actually a little bit easier for me to putt. You had to hit it harder than you thought at Pinehurst to get that ball up and over. But let's just talk a little bit about where we want to go. So depending on your level of golfer, you want to get this ball up and over the ridge and onto the green surface so that you get a chance to have a 10, 12 footer. You do not want the ball coming back to you. So first things first, we just got to feel what it feels like to practice hitting the ball short of that hill. That got to the top of the ridge, and at Pinehurst, that would have rolled right back to me. The grass is a little bit wet and thick this morning. So that's about halfway of what I want to go. I'm going to make my swing twice as long, not harder, but twice as long on this putt. And that sent that ball about 6 to 8 feet past that mark, which we're using there, which is where all the pin locations were at Pinehurst. So now I could just do a little bit less than that, but I need to practice the feel of what it would feel like to get that ball to go really close to the pin. And now I'm starting to understand the movement of my swing and stroke to get the ball up that hill and safely on the greens. Had I hit that putt at Pinehurst, there's a strong possibility that that ball rolls back. So I need to guarantee myself, if I'm a high handicap player, of getting that ball up and over and past. Be a little bit more aggressive than you think you should be. That's about 4 feet long. That gives me a real chance to make the putt. But understand what the feel is, and then move around a little bit. Just slide over, get used to the feels, because every shot's a little bit different. I'm gonna make this putt here. It's a little less slopey here. It's gonna break to the right a little less. I could hit it a little softer and get it on there. That probably would have stayed. It'd have been really, really close. But I'm trying to get that feel and that sense of what it should feel like. Start with the soft one, because tendencies are you're gonna hit that soft one first because you're nervous. So you don't hit it hard. You don't accelerate through. So hit the soft one first in practice, get it out of the way, and then you can be on your way to getting that ball up and around the greens. I wanna make sure that this was helpful to you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode about Pinehurst and travel, and then how to play shots at different facilities and courses. We are really blessed here at the My Pro Golfer Golf Academy to have a facility, and you can see the mower behind me mowing these amazing practice areas and opportunities for me to find shots that I know I'm going to play at least a version of around the country and around the world. And so when you have the opportunity to practice at a place like this and learn the game, you're going to be better suited for playing different kind of golf courses, different kind of structures. I want to invite you not only to travel with me, but to come down here to Summerfield and let me grow your game. We call this area the garden. We come and you plant your seed and we grow your game just as a tree would grow by making sure the root systems gets really solid. The first 4 bits of the olive tree logo need to be ingrained in your body so that you swing a way the ball can come out regularly and solid and understand the spins and things like that. Then we get more detailed. If you're already on that process, you already got a pretty decent swing, then we just have to make tweaks. My goal is to have everyone swing the way a tour player swings. Doesn't mean you have to hit it as good as they do, but you need to move the body the way they do so that the system that we create hits a shot that is in pretty good shape. The wider the bucket, the worse the player. My job is to bring your misses, not your perfects, but your misses closer together so that you can have more fun playing golf. And that's my commitment to you. So if you like this video on golf travel and you like this video on how to hit this particular putt that was around Pinehurst, there's a few shots like that at Streamsong, there's a few shots like that in Scotland and Ireland. You need to know how to do it, and you need somebody that cares about you to help you through that particular learning pattern. And so that's my job. I'd love to see you all down here. Those of you that are up in the north for a golf school this winter, we can set up instruction, we can set up golf, we can take you to some really nice places, and potentially even go to dinner. So let's make a commitment to 2025 of getting better at golf. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 o'clock. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.